Well, I skipped the boring stuff, and now we're in Utah. So yeah, Kate and I and some friends of ours, Rob and Laura, you've seen them in a lot of our other travel videos, decided to come out to Utah, Mount Zion National Park for the weekend. I thought this would be a really good opportunity in traveling to go ahead and test out a new bag that I was given. I have always been obsessed with my Vinta Type 2 travel backpack for all of my camera stuff when we travel and stuff like that. My buddy Rob uses the McKinnon Nomatic backpack, and I happened to come by one. I'll show you a little bit of that. Before we get into any of that, I wanted to show you guys a little bit from our first day here in Utah. We got some beautiful footage, did some really cool stuff. Also, yesterday we hiked what I found out afterwards is like one of the most dangerous trails in America. No idea, and I did it with like a 40-pound camera backpack on my back. So all of that is coming, but first, this. I cannot overstate the coolness of this hike. Easily like a 3 out of 10 so far. It's like super easy. It feels super safe. It's an easy walk. Crazy views already. We're not even at the lookout. So I don't know if y'all can see all out there winding back. That way is the trail we just came in on. All right, no more fake outs. Finally, here we are. About to crest the overlook here. All right, so real quick, this video is sponsored by Rob Novoa because he just gifted me one of these Peter McKinnon and Nomatic bags, which is down there somewhere. We're getting thumbnail shots right now. I have always been a fan of Vinta. The bags are sexy, they're sleek, they're really small, they look good, really compact. Rob here, in addition to trying to get me to switch to Canon since we've known each other, has also been recommending this bag, and he literally just gifted me one. So tell us what you love about the Peter McKinnon Nomatic bag.
There's a couple of things that I love. Number one, obviously the space. I mean, so right now, the way that I have it set up, I have a 70 to 200 filters and batteries, all this space right here for more stuff if I need it. I can fit coffee making things, 2 camera bodies with 3 lenses. I can fit pretty much everything I need in here. And if I take this out, I can actually fit my drone. Because we cannot fly drones in national parks, I don't have it with me. In addition to that, you have the whole front pouch where you can fit about 2 days worth of clothes. So if you're just doing kind of a weekend trip, it's just a one bag does it all.
This is easily a camera bag and weekend, maybe a week-long bag trip. This is a camera bag or a weekend bag. It for sure is not both. Both of them are killer bags,
yeah.
But just for different purposes. This is my first weekend kind of using this, and to be fair, we've been in like the car the whole time. Like we haven't hiked a lot with it, but I have got a good feel for it on my back. Tomorrow I think will be the real test.
Yes,
we're gonna hike part of the Narrows, Angel's Landing, maybe part of Angel's Landing.
We're definitely not the most fit people on the planet.
Yeah. All right, guys, so the sun is setting. We're gonna get some dope photography of that. Golden hour's coming. Tomorrow we're hiking the Narrows and Angel's Landing, but for now it is golden hour Cheeto time. Oh my God, you guys, day one was absolutely stunning. So the 2 biggest heights, the 2 most popular ones, I think, are Angel's Landing and the Narrows. We really had been driving past this one that we did on day 1 all day, just kind of exploring the park, and it's very easy to miss. We hiked up there about 2 hours before sunset. I do think that view at Canyon Overlook and that sunset is maybe one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen firsthand. It sounds so cheesy, I get it, but it was absolutely spiritual to stand up there and look out on all that. If you want to feel like all the stuff that you're worrying about about is very insignificant, come here, do that hike. It's incredibly easy. I mean, I'd say legitimately like 2 out of 10 difficulty. Very easy to walk unless you're kind of sketchy about heights, but they've got railing the whole way. It's awesome. So yesterday we decided we were going to wake up really early, head out to the Narrows, which is a hike that goes through water and these canyons, really pretty, and then afterwards hit up Angel's Landing. So what we weren't planning on when we planned this trip is how cold it is up here. In the morning yesterday it was 45 degrees, the water was 36 degrees, absolutely crazy. And then unfortunately, even if you did work up the guts to get into the water and hike that without the bibs and stuff that some people wear, we don't need that. Once you get about a mile into the hike, the water's too deep for you to even continue. It's like over your head because of all this snow melt right now. So before I go any further, I don't even want to explain some of the insanity that we saw yesterday. I'm going to try and show you as much as we can. I wasn't able to take a lot of footage. I'll tell you a little bit about why. Check this out. Alright, we're calling it quits here. Feels kind of silly just to keep splashing around in here with a bunch of other tourists, and Rob's waiting back there for us. It's cold. So we're gonna go do Angel's Landing. Yeah. Look at that. You saw, for a second, y'all saw Kate's real face. They're gonna do Angel's Landing and she's super straight faced, and then she saw the camera and just lit up with love for me. Just kidding. She has love. It's just buried deep down, deep, deep, deep. You guys, so we didn't get a lot of video on the way up here because we were gassed, but we're getting passed by a bunch of kids with camelbacks on their backs. Meanwhile, we've got camera bags that weigh about 25, 30 pounds each, pulling us every which way. This is the sketchiest hike I've ever done. This is the whole walk. Steep sides. Crazy. If I look cool, I'm not. I'm gripping onto this chain the whole way for dear life. Got it, babe? Uh-huh. You feeling okay?
Yes. Don't look down.
Hi, hey, whoops. So here's the bag I was talking about. Actually, change of plans. We've got to leave here in about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go help everybody pack so that they don't hate me for the rest of the day. And then at the end here, show you a little bit of some beautiful B-roll that we're planning on taking in Zion National Park, making a quick pour over with that guy. Hey, bud.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You tired?
Yeah.
Remember how we almost died yesterday?
It was really funny because you guys had no idea what you were getting into. But I did.
He is not wrong. We had no idea what we're getting into. So yeah, we're gonna pack, we're gonna head into the park, make some coffee on a little camp stove that we've got in there, a little tradition that we've started here in some of the national parks. And then back in Dallas, I'll give you the breakdown of my thought on these two awesome camera bags, yeah? Cool. Hey friends. So here's the deal. We went to Zion National Park last April. Today it is August 16th. It's taken me a minute to get this video done, is my point. Look, a lot has happened in that time. We moved out of our loft in downtown Dallas into a house. We got a house 5 minutes away, still here in Dallas. But needless to say, there's just been a whole lot going on. So welcome to the new studio kind of setup. I'm still figuring things out and getting them up and running. But recently we were talking about that trip and how I just really needed to get my stuff together and put this video out. So here we are. You heard me mention in the video something about how that's one of the most dangerous hikes in America. I guess it really depends on who you ask. I've talked to friends who are like, Angel's Landing, we've done that 5 times, I don't care. And I've talked to other people who were like, hey, you know, like people die on that hike. And I don't mean to make light of that, but I think literally like a month before we went, 2 people fell off there and did die. And because of that, the weekend we went was like the first weekend they had reopened that final kind of spine of the hike. So we joke about it a little bit. I do want to make sure you know, seriously, hey, that joke is no hike, or that joke is no hike, my guy. That hike really is no joke. It's about 2.5 miles long from start to finish, and inside that 2.5 mile hike, you climb about 1,500 feet. So I mean, like the first 75% of the hike is mostly just switchbacks while you're climbing all that altitude. The final little stretch is the really sketchy part. So if you want to just see if you can do it all the way to the top, you're welcome to do that and not take that really sketchy part that we showed you there out towards the end, or you could just go full send and do the whole thing.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
We highly recommend it. It was absolutely stunning, but you really should know what you're getting into with that. Now, when it comes to the bags that we've been talking about this entire deal, we hiked up that 2.5 mile hike with this bag. I did, at least, with this bag fully packed on my bag, because I was curious to see what all I could do. Literally fully packed. I had my drone in here, I had 2 camera bodies, about 4 lenses, and then some like coffee accessories and things like that, because we're always prepared in a national park to make a fresh pour over, because we're extra. That being said, what did I think about this beast? First and foremost, whoa, is heavy. That's not the bag's fault. I had it like fully loaded. I'm used to the Vinta bag. I'm not gonna go like super in depth on my thoughts about the Vinta bag or how I set it up, because I've done that in the past. If you wanna see that video, it'll be linked in the description below or on our IGTV, you can find it there. I went to Argentina, to Buenos Aires, and I did a really comprehensive review and kind of in-depth look at that bag. The main thing that I noticed about these bags was not that this one's bigger and heavier necessarily, as much as because it's bigger, the weight was more evenly distributed. There's a strap you can put around your waist to kind of help secure it to your back so it's not flopping on your back the whole time. I didn't feel as clumsy as I can sometimes with my smaller Vinta bag. When that smaller Vinta bag is really packed tight, man, the thing is heavy as all get out, and it sits a little bit higher on my back. It doesn't have the strap to go around my waist, so it kind of bounces when I walk. We're going to Iceland here inside of like the next month, and I'm really not sure which bag I'm gonna take. This one fits more, and it even more evenly distributes that weight across your body when you're going on longer hikes and things like that. So it's not necessarily bigger, can be better when it comes to more weight, because it's just more comfortable to kind of walk around with. Now this bag is still easily, far and away, my favorite bag. I just like it. I like that it's small, I like that it's compact, it's easy to travel with for those reasons. When we do go to Iceland here in October, 5 of us are gonna be traveling around the island in a Sprinter van that sleeps 5. All that to say, space is going to be a precious commodity on that van. So I'm going back and forth, right? Do I want the bigger bag that I can fit more in and more evenly and comfortably distributes the weight? Or do I want something more compact, a little bit more minimalist, something where I'm gonna have to make decisions and say I'm not taking certain lenses or certain camera accessories, but I know that it's not gonna take up as much space on the van. I am gonna put a link in the description to an in-depth review that Rob did on the McKinnon Nomatic bag, so that you don't have to watch me go through it, because he did a much better job than I could. Ultimately, I guess the whole point of the battle of the bags between these two things is, what do you need? One thing I can say for certain is that neither bag is better than the other bag. I get really tired of looking at gear reviews online where fans go to battle in the comment, no, that one sucks, dude, those are so ugly. The more gear you buy, the more experience you get with said gear, the more you start realizing it really has nothing to do with which product is better, it has to do with which product is the best fit for you. Both of them have their pros and their cons. Either way, no matter what decision you make, you can't go wrong. Those are both killer bags. So yeah, sorry I haven't been making many videos. Sometimes I feel like, what's the point? Does anybody care? And then other days, I don't really care if you care. I just want to make dope videos. But at the end of the day, we have been very busy with the new house, getting it ready, getting it up and running, and all that kind of stuff. I can promise you that as we finish up some projects around here, there will be a lot more videos. We're excited to show you more about the new space that we're living in, and just some of the things that we're trying to do here to make life a little bit more enjoyable and functional. But it's safe to assume, if you haven't heard from us in a while and you're wondering what we're up to, we are either doing some projects around the house or making a pretentious coffee and filming it. I'm done.